me the story of Jesus. Write on my heart every word.
Recently, my wife and I got to watch a documentary. It's on Netflix, and it happened to be about Tylenol. And in this documentary, it talked about how someone had messed with some extra strength Tylenol bottles, and people who came in contact with these bottles and then partook of the medicine inside almost died instantly from this. So that's a problem. And as that being a problem, if you watch this documentary, you see that people all over are trying to prevent this from happening to anyone else. Now, that really happens with the Tylenol company, the group there. They take them off the shelves in case it's their fault. Okay, that's not a small, easy thing to do. Costs them a lot of money. They do that. But then beyond just the company taking responsibility and that it's possibly their fault, the citizens take it upon themselves to also care for their fellow neighbor. And so they had officers going out and about throughout town. This was in Chicago. Going up and down streets, had a megaphone, and they were making sure everyone heard and knew that, hey, if you have this medicine in your cabinet, throw it away. Don't take the chances. We're still trying to figure this stuff out. But all we know for sure in some recent deaths that this Tylenol bottle, extra strength, has been involved. So please get rid of it. Not only did they go up and down the streets, they actually had people go door to door, warning people of how serious this was, right? Because they knew that if people took of it, their very lives could end that day. Not only did Tylenol take it off the shelves, not only the officers go up and down the street, not only did they go door to door, but then during like a baseball game on TV, they had an announcement running on the banner at the bottom of the screen. There was a public meeting about this. Like, this was important because they realized this wasn't just some fluke that was happened to one individual, which would have been a terribly sad instance, but yet they realized this was something much bigger and could affect a lot more people. And they were going to do everything they could to prevent it. Now, Tylenol not only took the product off of their shelves, but they were going to need to release the product back and to gain people's trust. They then came up with 3 mechanisms, safety features, to help prevent as a precaution so that people knew that they could trust them once more. If it happened before, how do we know it's not going to happen again? So that they put in these little devices, these things that allow the customer to know that, hey, as long as the seal is not broken, as long as we know that these things are here, it's not been tampered with, we can trust the product. They did a lot. And they could have just done one of those, but they put 3 safety measures on this because they wanted to make sure it was safe. I want you to think about that as we as Christians have been given a task that we see lost people around in our world. As we go about to work, as we go about our life from day to day, we see people who are struggling. That if today was their last day, if they're not made right with God, if they are separated from Him, it's not just a today issue, but if they lost their lives, it would be an eternity issue. So what is it that we as Christians, what are we willing to do to make sure that we go out and find lost people, those who are, if they're not suffering yet, may suffer for eternity? What are we doing to go out and share the good news of the gospel with them? You see, the people there in Chicago, the company, did a lot of things. And they did those things so that the people who would be spared, maybe they'd see a birthday, see their next birthday. Maybe it is that they would be able to hold that small child. It's just amazing to see what they did for those people that affected their temporary life here. But yet to know that we as Christians have a much greater responsibility of doing things not only affects here in this life, here and now, but affects eternity. And so I hope we take a lesson from that event in Chicago. And I pray that you and I, we would be those who go out and encourage people share with them the good news, and that it would make a difference in their life.
On behalf of the Somerset congregation, we'd like to invite you to come visit with us at the Somerset Church of Christ, located at 314 North Market Street. We have Sunday morning Bible study at 9:45, worship at 10:30. We also have a worship at 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. On midweek at Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we have a midweek Bible study. So we encourage you, certainly invite you. Hopefully you find a warm welcome here at the Somerset Church of Christ, 314 North Market Street.
Tell me the story most precious, sweetest that ever was heard.